Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Acid Horizon. This is Craig. It's been a while since we've done one of these community dispatches, and with everything that's going on in and around our orbit, we thought it would be a good time to pause and reflect, to offer you a little insight into what we've been up to, and maybe even share a glimpse of what's to come. First things first, this podcast has had an incredible year so far. Since last November, we've somehow nearly doubled our listenership. That's not something we say lightly or boastfully. It's something that we actually say with deep gratitude. No doubt this growth is due somewhat in part to the intensifying political situation in the United States and its reverberations around the globe. And one of the ways we've tried to respond to this moment is by amplifying the work that people find urgent and creating an intensive experience so that encounters with the material we discuss aren't fleeting, but felt, vivid, and memorable. The Schizoanalysis Project, for example, has been a big success in that regard. And the Anti-Oedipus Files, our ongoing series, has helped to deepen our collective's grasp on a set of ideas that continue to shape how we think about politics, subjectivity, and desire. But that's not all. In our ongoing effort to explore the breadth of authors and research fields that resonate with our listeners here, we're thrilled to announce a new reading group hosted by our very own Will. It's called Philosophers and the Friend, and it kicks off on May 18th. This group will explore the figure of friendship through the works of Blanchot, Agamben, Derrida, Foucault, and even Carl Schmitt. From questions of intimacy to those of political allegiance and sovereignty, this series is a great way to stay intellectually engaged and creatively challenged over the summer months. All sessions will be recorded and made available on our Patreon account. So if your schedule's tight, you can still follow along. Subscribing at the $5 level also gets you access to our Discord server where the discussion continues between sessions. One of the things that we attempt to consistently offer with Acid Horizon is that you don't have to go this material alone. We're creating a community around shared interests. Now, speaking of not going it alone and the time that we have spent together, Acid Horizon is about to turn 5 years old. Some of you have been with us since the very first episodes we recorded during the COVID lockdowns of 2020. If you are like us, it's hard to believe that half a decade has passed. What began as a modest project, an idea for a few episodes recorded in the lull of global uncertainty, has grown into something we never quite imagined. With hundreds of episodes in our archive now, several books in print, and live events in both the US and the UK, Acid Horizon has become a collective endeavor in the fullest sense. I remember showing my wife the first promo materials I made, the logo, the name, the rough outlines of what the show was shaping up to be. She looked at me and said, with that kind of loving skepticism, "Well, all of that's really nice, but who's going to listen to that?" Turns out a lot of you, and not just once. Many of you stayed, and you've showed up, and Acid Horizon and the collective has grown together since. But this path has not been without its obstacles or its tragedies. Many of you know the story of the collapse of Repeater Books and Zero Books 3.0, and the difficult rupture with Watkins Media that disenfranchised many of our friends and colleagues. We won't rehearse those details here, but if you'd like to know more, check out the show notes. What matters now, and what matters most, is the support we received in the aftermath, especially from our Patreon community. Both Adam and I had significant roles at those imprints, and it was disillusioning to walk away from something we once believed in. But your support reminded us that we weren't alone. It gave us a lifeline and the momentum to build something truly new. That said, the dispossession of our work through that collapse has also meant that Adam, Will, and I are now looking to plug into new alliances, opportunities, and collaborations. With the upcoming launch of Vintagia, which I'll discuss in a moment, I will be conducting a series of workshops focused on creativity, intuitive practice, and symbolic thinking suitable for educators, facilitators, and creatives alike. These workshops will explore how Vintagia can meaningfully be integrated into teaching, therapeutic, and artistic settings. If you are a part of a school, organization, or community space and would like to connect, I would love to hear from you. And also our very own Adam, too. He is open to new projects. He's not only the consummate philosopher and co-host of this show, but also an experienced writer, editor, and consultant with a deep sensitivity to important intellectual work and creative development. If you're working on a book, building a project, or just need a sharp, thoughtful collaborator, he'd be glad to hear from you. His contact info is in the show notes. We also have a new wave of live events in the works. One of the most exciting developments is an artist residency that I will be undertaking in collaboration with Three Dots, a vibrant gallery and community space in downtown State College, Pennsylvania. This residency will run from October through November, during which I'll be hosting a series of events, including live tapings of Acid Horizon, as well as several interactive seminars that weave together philosophy, music, art, and experimental pedagogy. All of this is taking shape, so stay tuned for more updates. That said, you can already mark your calendar for our return to the Durations Festival in Brooklyn, New York, at Public Records, where we'll be appearing with a very special guest during the first full weekend of November 2025. We're just beginning to simmer that cauldron, and as things come to a boil, we'll be sharing the full menu. In short, late summer and fall will bring multiple Acid Horizon live events across the Mid-Atlantic region, and, if all goes well, possibly beyond. The first two releases from Ocular Editions are almost here. First, the much-anticipated Acephalus, the Erotic Tarot of George Bataille. The deck is set to go into production in May, and barring any hiccups, will begin shipping in early summer. If you back the campaign, check your email for updates. And please update your shipping address if needed. Companion books will follow in the early fall. And if you ordered a print, it should already be in your hands or it's on its way. And if you didn't get a chance to support the campaign, do not fret. We will probably be ordering a bit of surplus, which we will then make available for purchase online. Then there's Vintagia, the Ching Oracle for Psychogeography and Creative Discovery. This is a project especially personal to me. Long before I immersed myself in 20th century French philosophy, I spent years studying Chinese history and thought, including independent coursework on the I Ching, the classic Chinese The Book of Changes. I never thought those studies would find a place in my public work. Until now. Vintagia is a reimagining of the I Ching as a modular, multimodal tool for creativity and intuition. It draws from a mix of oracular wisdom, vintage documentary photography, and aleatory design to offer something both practical and poetic. The Kickstarter is currently in pre-launch, and I invite you to follow the project. And if you want to know more, on May 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be the featured guest on Weird Studies Shapers Salon, if you know the Weird Studies podcast. They have a series profiling creators and their unique projects. I will be presenting Vintagia to their audience and ours. You are invited. The link to the Zoom event is already up on our Discord, and it will be posted publicly on Patreon soon. You don't have to be a sustaining member to attend, but of course, we'd love if you became one. In the recording that follows this announcement in the next few days, you'll hear a reading of Maurice Blanchot's Friendship. We thought this would be a thoughtful and evocative way to orient you to the themes of the upcoming reading group. Whether you're already signed up or just curious about the group, we hope it gives you something to sit with before you join. So, just to wrap up, here's what we would love for you to do. First, join us for Philosophers and the Friend, the reading group that starts on May 18th. You can grab the syllabus on our Patreon account or in the Discord. Maybe you don't have time for the reading group. That's okay, because you can access those recordings and discussions when you subscribe to our Patreon. Just subscribe to support the show and the many great things that we are trying to do for you in 2025. Also, once again, the reminder to those of you who backed the Acephalus campaign, go ahead and update your shipping info if you have moved since supporting us. Speaking of Kickstarter campaigns, follow the Vintagia Kickstarter that you see in the show notes, and then come and see the presentation that I'm making with the Weird Studies Shapers Salon on May 3rd. If you've done all that, or if you've done none of it, just share this show with your friends, comrades, or anyone who's looking for something different in the world of philosophy and politics. Thank you all for being here. Whether you're new to the show or whether you have been with us since those lockdowns in 2020, we see you and we appreciate you. More is on the way soon. Until then, stay curious, vigilant, comradely, and joyful and enthusiastic in your pursuits. And while you're at it, bring something incomprehensible into the world. And above all, free Palestine. Thanks again.